Minecraft is a fascinating game, and it's not just me that thinks so. It has sold over 300 million copies worldwide, the most of any game ever made. And that seems like a lot, but it becomes even more impressive when we put it in relation to other games. So in the top 50 games ever sold, Mario Kart has 3 games, all of which add up to 126.5 million copies sold. Okay, so we have to go bigger. All Super Mario Bros. Games in the top 50 add up to 167.25 million copies sold. So we have to go even bigger. There are 7 Pokemon games listed in the top 50, each made up of 2 to 4 games. So all 21 of those Pokemon games add up to 199,780,000 copies sold. Not even 2/3 the amount of the number of Minecraft copies sold. So Minecraft is adored by players and kids everywhere. But man, it can be treacherous. And it usually ends up something like this.
Hey, look, Bastion. How dare you talk about my mom that way?
Or like this.
Huh? Huh?
I've gotten fairly close to completing everything I wanted to do in a hardcore game, but I've never done it all in one attempt. So for this project, I want to do beating all the bosses and the most difficult locations. I want to max out all my equipment. I'd like to check out all the newer update material. I have no idea what a sniffer is and a lay. All of those I would like to do, and I will consider it beaten. I have not done achievements. I'm not as interested in that. I've considered myself kind of a generic player, and I'm trying the upper end of the generic playthrough. So I'm going to name this world Candyland. And here's what it looks like with the generation sped up 20 times, so it looks like my computer is super fast, which it is not. So the benefit of doing this is that we get to start out like normal when you're playing Minecraft. You go to a tree and you punch it down, and then you do all these other things. Except I get to have it be more enjoyable because I get to speed things up like this, where all of the things that I would normally do are much faster. So you get to kind of see generic players, how they approach things. I do things a little different than some people. Some things are the same. Before I start my base, I want to have a few things in place. So I start out first with my stone equipment. Then I want to have coal, sheep for wool for a bed. I'm picking up all the seeds that I can. I want to have a stack or 2 of seeds before I get started. I want to have a bunch of sugar cane. I actually don't end up getting sugar cane. So I start out, I'm just kind of exploring, trying to find some of the most valuable things, sleeping through the night so that I'm playing it safe. Of course, I've got to dye my bed pink because, why have just a white bed? That's just boring. Looking for sugarcane, not finding it. But I end up finding this really cool mountain biome that has exposed stone, which actually means that the coal and iron are just awesome to start with. Eventually, I come to this mountaintop, and I come around the corner, and I find off to one side this what are they called? Pillager outposts and a jungle. And then over on the other side of the mountain, I find a nice Badlands village. So it looks pretty nice. I probably should have waited to settle down until I had gotten a little bit more stuff, but I had quite a bit of iron, and I had got some jungle trees. I like a whole bunch of different kinds of trees, and I was just ready to settle down. So I end up settling a little bit away from the village. I'll show you that in a second. Get a little base set up, clear some area. But then I find some caves, and I have had the experience of creepers blowing me up in the middle of the night or in the morning. And I would like to not have that happen. So I go down lighting up all of these cave systems. For the most part, it's pretty safe. Every once in a while, though, as you can see, I find creeper looking around this corner. I am both torn between iron armor not being enough to withstand a full blast, but also wanting some gunpowder. So, not the best at killing creepers, apparently. Although, as you'll see with this one, I do a little bit better. I have since practiced a little bit more. I think I could probably do a little bit better than I do on these. Yeah, see, another didn't work out. You can see here a little bit of the setup that I have with the farms in the 4-quadrant. Also had the bamboo, which I did not learn how to cut with a sword until my son pointed out that that is the much faster way to go. Being a little bit further away from the village means that I don't have villagers trying to connect with my construction blocks. Wow, I have a zombie attack. But overall, I'm close enough that I can go and visit them and start trading with them. My goal was to have a pretty open, ethical setup. And by that I mean I don't want to have animal farms that are crazy, like close together, or I don't want to lock up villagers so that they can't move around. Trying to have a nice low impact setup. I think I'll go into more detail in the next video about why I have my farm set up in the way that I do. But here near the end, I decided I wanted to go and try to find some carrots at the pillager outpost. And here's how that went. Hey guys, could I get a carrot from you? I'll give you a cookie. Curse you! I want my carrots.